just you and me forever.
Do you take this woman as your lawful wedded wife?
Ooh, yeah! Oh,
Place the ring on her finger and repeat after me. With this ring,
no. With this ring,
I thee wed.
I thee wed.
Hello and welcome to With This Ring, episode 58. I'm your co-host Ryan Everett.
I'm Cindy Everett.
And today we will continue our 1999 journey. We are, we keep it in real time, July to July.
Yes.
And we will be looking at Fully Loaded, 1999.
Yep, and so this is the run-up to SummerSlam.
You're right, yeah. SummerSlam is in August.
So I can look forward to maybe a better pay-per-view next month?
Yes. I would. Yeah, I would say especially the undercard kind of comes alive a little bit more in that one.
Gotcha. Yeah, this one, a little one of the, not to give away too much up at the front, but this one was not another kind of
there's some good stuff, but yeah, overall it's very 1999 as far as in-ring action.
Yeah, I didn't realize this was more like a lower year.
Yeah, I think it's just because they were so successful.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
Still,
it's hard to recreate that magic of
1998. Most of the time, the ratings are the highest is when the in-ring wrestling is actually lower.
Yeah.
Because the casual fans are more storyline driven usually.
Right. They want to see them run like strap match and running around.
Right. Yeah.
First blood and all that nonsense.
They don't want wrestling to get in the way of their wrestling show.
Exactly. Got it.
So, but before we get to Fully Loaded itself, we did want to touch on some things that happened in the build-up. Mm-hmm. So, first we saw... so, the last thing we watched for King of the Ring was actually the night after, where Steve Austin won the world title back.
Right.
And it was decided the next week, they announced that there will be an end-of-an-era match between The Undertaker and Steve Austin, but it's concerning Vince McMahon and Steve Austin, of course.
Right, because their feud, you have to keep that
their feud
going.
is the more important thing.
Right.
And also, that's the title match that's set up right away, and then they decide to set up, they have a cage match to determine who will be the world title contender at SummerSlam between Triple H and The Rock.
Gotcha.
But that ends with shenanigans.
Of course.
Where the ref's knocked out and Triple H escapes first, but then they both fight out of the cage and then The Rock is declared the winner.
Right. They end up back in the ring, right? Because they get out.
They get out and then they go back in and then The Rock escapes like it's a photo finish to the end with China trying to help Triple H out the door. And
that's right.
So they decide that, that was goofy shenanigans, so we need to set up a strap match. At Fully Loaded, where there will be no shenanigans, of course.
No, that'll be a totally
strap matches always go
always a clean match, right?
well. Yes.
Yeah. And then the next spot was kind of gross.
Yes.
So remind me, why was Vince in a wheelchair?
So on the 4th of July, Vince McMahon decided to go out and I think Greenwich and ride his motorcycle around and got in a car accident. And flew,
really?
Yeah, flew 50 feet off the motorcycle. So they even do say that on
that
TV.
Was in story. They made that part of the plot.
Yeah, he's on his. I think they say motorcycle accident.
Jeez.
But yeah, he
was he drinking or anything?
No, it was a morning
ride.
Morning ride. I mean, I don't know about Vince McMahon's policies, but I don't think he was the guy that got liquored up and drove his motorcycle at 10 in the morning.
Oh, okay, got it. All right.
But yes, still.
I'm guessing the motorized wheelchair is maybe a little much, but is it
I think
good sight
I think he did injure his tailbone, but it was also funny because there was a Raw June 28th that was after King of the Ring, and then the Raw the next week was July 5th.
Okay.
And they had the cage match on it, but they also had Vince McMahon come out at the start of the show and challenge Steve Austin, set that whole thing up because it was taped the night after.
Gotcha.
The Raw before, so it was taped before the 4th of July, aired after, and JR's and during that is Vince McMahon walking a little bit gingerly. He apparently got in a car accident yesterday, but then the next week he shows up in the full wheelchair.
Yeah, full regalia. Trying to like make sense continuity wise.
Yes.
But yeah, so they go to do a signing.
Contract signing.
Which ends with Undertaker like digging the pen into
Yes.
Steve Austin's forehead and signing the contract in blood, which is just
Yeah, he
gross on a lot of
attacks
levels.
the Undertaker. He attacks Steve Austin and first hits him with the title belt to rip him open, and then he starts digging at him with the pen and signs it in blood. And then the next week, Steve Austin would bust open Vince McMahon, and he sold the contract on him, so then he signed his name in
get
blood.
like a quill or something. That's what reminds me of quill ink.
Yes, well, I think that's what they were
going for.
I mean, well,
like a pen
Vince
has
McMahon
ink
was
in it.
very fancy. You know, he had the fountain pen. So.
Right, obviously. Ugh.
So.
And then there was Triple H doing an interview with JR.
Yes,
kind of being like
the night before, early.
So they're trying to push him as like a singles guy now.
Yeah, he's getting like the big push where he's been held back now, and.
Oh yeah.
Yes, because he's very held back against the corporation.
Yeah. And
even in that storyline, he's in the corporation. I
was gonna say, yeah, he was in the corporation.
Yeah, but I mean, the corporate ranks is where he now is.
Gotcha. So he's just trying to make his way up. Oh
yeah.
Posters him in China. Look at that.
And he was him the year before giving a nice crotch shot
Well,
because it was fully loaded.
I get it.
I'm sure Val Venus made that joke.
Yeah, I'm surprised he was in on the cover.
Yeah, well, he's kind of floundering right now.
Yeah. What about Kendrick Shamrock's sister? Is she going to come back?
No, I think she was with. So there's PMS, which is Terry Reynolds and Jackie.
Okay.
And then they added Ryan Shamrock, but she leaves pretty soon because she didn't really do anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for her.
So Val Venus was on Heat this night.
Okay.
Against Joey Abs of the Mean Street Posse, but now he's kind of been commiserating more and more with the Godfather.
Okay.
Nice natural tag team.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll get back to him eventually. But
okay.
Fully Loaded itself starts off with an Intercontinental title match.
Yeah,
and
let's see an Edge getting
so they had the night before it was supposed to be Edge versus Jeff Jarrett it was supposed to be Ken Shamrock. Ken Shamrock couldn't get there, so usually when they...
What do you mean he couldn't get there?
He had travel problems.
Got stuck in traffic?
Steve Blackman attacked him.
Yeah.
But no, whenever they do have like a cancellation or something, especially if it's a baby face, whoever they put in is probably going to win.
Gotcha.
Just to kind of keep the fans happy. And so that's what they did. And Edge, I don't know if he had a match scheduled or they're just like, hey, it's his hometown and he's already scheduled to face Jeff Jarrett. Because it was already planned to be a match, just kind of like Challenger of the Month sort of thing. So Jeff Jarrett was going to win at the pay-per-view.
Got it.
I think, regardless. So they let Edge win in Toronto, though. Got his one-night reign as Intercontinental Champ.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, and they have a nice back-and-forth match here, I thought.
Yeah, until Gangrel comes out.
Yeah, so Gangrel and Edge had split up. The Brood is...
Well, good. That was...
exploded.
Anyways.
And, so Gangrel is trying to attack Edge. Tries to give him a bloodbath, but it doesn't work
out, yeah. And then Jeff Jarrett wins. And then Steve Austin runs out and starts beating him up.
Yeah, so...
Why is that?
So on Heat, also, we didn't mention this, The Undertaker attacked Steve Austin.
Oh, yeah.
And busted him open, and Vince McMahon is just, lingering in the background, grinning. Yeah. So Steve Austin's already been bloodied. So he comes out, he doesn't... There's always, this unspoken thing that he just hates Jeff Jarrett and always comes out and stuns him. Because he doesn't, anytime it's a show where he gives multiple stunners, Jeff Jarrett is going to be one of them.
Yeah. He's got a stunner with your name on it.
Yeah.
Jeff Jarrett.
So he's celebrating in the ring the Intercontinental title a little bit too much.
Gotcha.
So Steve Austin comes out, stuns him,
place.
and says that he's coming for The Undertaker even before their match.
Gotcha. Of course, Deborah's there, and people like seeing her boobs.
Oh yeah, well the pay-per-views are when she wears the good outfits.
Gotcha.
The silver,
like the weird
sequin
tuxedo, yeah.
the sequin bikini with the matching tuxedo
The tuxedo jacket with no tuxedo
You gotta get
pants and tuxedo
you gotta get the tuxedo jacket for your next job interview. I'm not saying the swimsuit; that might be a little over the top, but the lime green tuxedo.
I was thinking that she's got to get those custom made. Like you're not buying those off the rack.
Probably not. Yeah.
Or
there's like one store in Greenwich that sells them all. They bought the whole rainbow.
Sparkly tuxedo tops. Oh man.
So yeah, but good match.
Yeah, I agree.
Like the nice little hot opener, 13 minutes, which is
it was
a long time for a non-main event match to get, really.
Yeah. No, it's good to see Edge kind of up and coming and get Gangrel out of there.
Yeah.
So speaking of up and comers.
Yeah. So and that fabled July 5th Raw, which had a lot going on for it actually.
I should have watched that.
The Hardy Boys beat the Acolytes in like a upset to win the titles, and it was also in their hometown. So I guess there's a trope of youngsters in their hometowns. Good things might happen to them.
Yeah.
So, and in this match, it was the Hardy Boys and Michael Hayes.
Who's Michael Hayes?
He had been Doc Hendricks. He was like an announcer, but in the 80s he was part of the Freebirds, which was like this big tag team.
Oh.
So he kind of like took on the Hardy Boys. Well, he got a bloodbath from the Brood.
Oh.
So he started teaming with. He just got to managing the Hardy Boys to attack the Brood.
Gotcha.
And he helped them win the titles, but here they have a match where it's a handicap match.
Okay.
But it doesn't go well for the Hardy Boys.
No. What are the Acolytes? I mean, I'm guessing it doesn't mean anything, but they have those like symbols on their chest.
Yeah, it was just like random.
That's what I thought. I was
Satan
like
symbols, and
they really,
at the time they were with the Undertaker.
Right.
So
that was I was like I didn't care enough to Google them. I thought I'd just ask you when we were recording.
I mean, it was probably too hard to do pentagrams on your stomach, so they just decided to go with some other shapes.
Yeah.
Runic symbols.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, it was good seeing the Hardy Boys, but yeah. And
they end up, the Acolytes pin Michael Hayes to win it, to kind of...
It keeps the Hardy Boys out of it.
Yeah, it keeps them at least a little strong, but not great. All right, and then what did you think of the next match?
We got D'Lo Brown and Midian.
Yep. Yeah. Midian is... He wins the European title because Shane McMahon had retired it.
Okay.
And Midian went into his gym bag one night and took it out. And now he's the European champion.
Oh, that's all you have to do?
Yep. You just got to take it out of someone's bag.
Okay.
But they quickly write that by giving the belt back to D'Lo Brown, who's the most European of all the European champions, I'm sure.
Chicago CPA?
Yes.
Love it. Of course he should be the European champion.
Yep. So just a match. 7 minutes is probably too long for Midian.
Yeah, he really is.
He doesn't have a lot of...
I'd rather see Val Venus than Midian.
D'Lo Brown and Val Venus had a great match at SummerSlam the year before.
Yeah, exactly. So, too bad they can't do that now.
No.
And then we have Big Boss Man and Al Snow, right?
Yep.
And Al Snow, this is like our third Al Snow match we've watched where he ended up where's the second one? Then the Memphis one, they ended up outside.
Yeah, he ends up outside quite a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the hardcore title, so it's...
I guess you have to have a certain talent to especially you don't have the crowd, you have to improvise.
Yeah.
So good for him.
This one was just odd. It's like the boss man just beating him up the whole time, basically.
It was very one-sided.
It's Al Snow saying he wants someone to put him out of his misery or whatever.
Right.
And so it's the boss man just beating him with an array of nightsticks. The whole
Well, then outside, and there's a car that randomly drives down the street.
Yes.
Which you're right, probably was planned because it was the only car.
Yeah.
Very well timed.
It is Buffalo. I don't know how much traffic they have on a Sunday night.
Yeah, no, I think they had the whole street shut down.
They
have to for safety reasons.
Yeah.
So, but that was really just kind of whatever.
Kind of there, yeah. And the boss man wins by... Is this
change the fence and just
brick to the a brick to the head?
I think so.
I think it's
sort of
cinder block or a brick. Things that would just give you a slight headache.
Yes, a little bit.
Yeah, chained to the fence, getting
beaten
a
with
brick through his head is.
I think
He'll be on
losing
Raw the
it.
night next night.
Yeah, but it's fine. I feel like it's been a little bit. I kind of like the beats now. Of this. So.
And then
moving up the
match
card. Oh yeah. Oh
it was
gosh.
great in King of the Ring. They had to run it back. The Big Show
God.
versus Kane. At least you have Hardcore Holly as special referee though to kind of give it a
little pep,
little something extra.
Yeah, because this is how long was this? 4 minutes.
This was 8 minutes.
8 minutes. That's also too long.
Yeah.
But then the Hardcore Holly does the super fast count for Big Show to win. But yeah, I mean,
because for unexplained reasons, he's suddenly on the same side as the Big Show.
There's too many factions.
Yeah.
I never know who's with who or when or why.
And X-Pac comes out here to help. Him and Kane are stronger than ever, so he helps Kane. But then the Undertaker comes out and hits him with the choke slam.
Yeah, there's a lot of like out of ring action on this.
Yes,
one, right?
it's a lot. And then
speaking of that,
after he did that, then Steve Austin attacks the Undertaker backstage,
obviously
busting him open, so that it's
even.
a level
Even.
playing field.
They both have recent head wounds.
Yes.
But yeah, Kane Big Show don't really need it. It feels like Kane's getting less attention now, which is good. He's kind of drifting down.
They kind of did like a mini angle between the pay-per-view where they made it seem like Kane was back with the Undertaker, and that was how could Steve Austin overcome these odds? But then the week before, the Undertaker, Kane was fighting with the Big Show outside the ring, and the Undertaker chokeslammed X-Pac because X-Pac's trying to get Kane to turn to the good side, and Undertaker chokeslams him, and then Kane sees this on the Titantron though and comes in and beats up the Undertaker, so he chooses X-Pac over.
Well, I would too.
The Undertaker.
Well, I don't know about as a faction leader. Undertaker's much more powerful.
Yeah,
but
he did in storyline burn Kane when he was a young child though and tried
obviously.
to kill him. So
well, then.
No, they've both burned each other and killed each other numerous times.
Who was it in the burning coffin? Was that Shawn?
No, that was the Undertaker. Kane threw the Undertaker in there.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, they as siblings are wont to do.
Yeah. You ever burn Julie alive in a
no,
casket?
not yet.
Not yet.
Oh man, excuse me.
That's all right. All right. So then we had a quick match: the Ken Shamrock versus Steve Blackman Iron Circle match. Now, did you understand the rules of the Iron Circle?
Not really.
Okay.
There's no. Well, I remember I wrote down, or they heard there's no countouts. You have to just basically choke out your opponent.
Yes, you have to beat them, unable to answer the referee's call.
And I know we've seen parking lot matches before. I think this is the first time I've heard it called an Iron Circle match.
The specialty part of this.
Everyone honks the horns.
Everyone honks their horns. The lights are on, and they say it's like a circle so that no one
Well, they get out of the circle.
No, they don't.
They go behind the cars at one point.
Yeah, but they're still
boxes.
It's against the wall though. It's still
right.
It's not like
they don't run
you
on
can't
the parking
escape.
lot. Yeah.
So it's kind of like a lumberjack match, but with cars instead of. Well, there's people there also, but
honking the horns. And
this features a not unnamed Kurt Angle pay-per-view debut, as he's one of the nameless people honking the horns.
So was he in the developmental?
Yeah, he was in developmental, and at this point, even July, he was usually working dark matches before the show, just to kind of get, because in Memphis in developmental he was getting how to put together a match, but they wanted him up at dark matches to see okay, but now you got to perform in front of 13,000 people, not 500 in a studio in Memphis.
Yeah. I forget what year did he go to the Olympics?
96.
96.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Atlanta.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And then, now we
got.
Is
ever going to be in the Olympics?
I don't know. I mean, they got breakdancing.
Right. Yeah, they have breakdancing.
You could have wrestling and just have it be how good of a match was this?
It would be like gymnastics or figure skating to have judges to it is a performance. It would be
get Dave Meltzer up there, give his star ratings on the match. And
you qualify for that.
Oh yeah.
Well, not maybe in 2028.
Yeah, it's in LA.
Alright, but so Ken Shamrock. It was relatively short. Maybe
Yeah,
it's pretty one-sided. But
Yeah.
it's more for like the sight gags.
Yes.
So yeah,
And we'll see if this is the end, if Ken Shamrock will go on to something else, or if Steve Blackman, his whole purpose in life is just
to terrorize.
kill Ken Shamrock. We'll see what happens. So next we have a fun talk about legalities and copyrights and
Yes.
trademarks.
Delivered by lawyers, of course.
Yep. So it's Road Dogg and X-Pac against Billy Gunn in China for the
Right.
rights to the DX name.
Next, and I thought it was the music too.
It's the music, the T-shirts, the T-shirt money.
The
they say.
licensing,
'Cause,
obviously.
Yeah, this had started with Triple H just randomly telling Billy Gunn one night that they're not getting DX royalty checks anymore.
Oh, okay.
That they have to go against Road Dogg and X-Pac, but Triple H has more important things, so he delegates
Got
China
it.
to.
Well, like, do you know in reality, like, how would that work? Like, I'm sure it depends on their individual contracts, but like, do
Yeah,
they
I
get
mean,
any sort of kicker from all that?
They get money, but I'm not sure. Like, I was actually thinking about it during like DX is interesting. Like, okay, do all 5 of them get
Right.
1/5? Does Triple H get like
A lot
30%, or how does?
I'm sure it's written in their contracts a certain way.
That maybe now, but back then their contracts were very.
That's-
Vince McMahon pays you what he feels you earn. Like,
Gotcha.
I do remember in JR's book him saying that at this time merchandise was paid off quarterly,
Okay.
and in 1999 Steve Austin earned at least 7 figures each quarter.
Dang.
So,
Yeah.
and I'm sure The Rock wasn't far behind.
Right, or Degeneration.
DX
yeah.
was
also
still
up there.
still selling out, and
So Vince was happy.
yes.
So I'm sure he has a good deal.
So yeah, another long China match though. They haven't.
Yeah.
They don't get the fact that her best thing is quick strikes, like.
Right. Kick to the balls, or like just.
And even like a tag match, she's working a lot of the match.
She really was.
I mean, it's Billy Gunn, so it's not like a great technical wrestler she's up in there with as her partner. But yeah, another long match.
X-Pac was barely in it.
Yeah,
They kept making a big deal like I was hurt by the Undertaker earlier.
yeah,
Like,
because
oh, can't wrestle. Blah, blah, blah.
between this and King of the Ring, X-Pac has like the worst recovery powers of any wrestler. He got chokeslammed an hour ago, and he's
Still
out of it. And he got a chair shot at the beginning of the night at King of the Ring, and that's why he lost the title, the King match.
Yeah, well, he's fragile.
But they do, the good does triumph here, and I mean, it makes sense if you want DX to sell, the husk of DX
Yeah.
to sell any more shirts, though.
It's
you want him to be good guy. No one's going to buy
That's
a shirt
true. With the China Billy Gunn on it.
Yeah, no, to finance Billy Gunn in China.
Right. Oh yeah.
Even worse.
And they're like matched. They had like weird matching.
They're matching
like mesh shorts.
mesh thongs. Yes, that was. Yeah, luckily Billy Gunn does not keep those too long.
Yeah.
They did make it into the video game though.
Oh really?
Yeah, that year they did have the thong.
He
mesh.
seems to like kind of like not care about that type of stuff.
Yeah, I
like
think
he'll
he
wear
likes,
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, flashing his dick around. Well, in his ass.
Yeah. Right. Mr.
They've
Ass.
also started it now where not only is he Mr. Ass, he is a great ass,
Got it.
which wasn't really part of it for a while, but
Things can evolve.
yeah.
So now the
Speaking of
rematch,
evolving,
yeah.
We got the same 2 guys we had at Fully Loaded 98 in a
Okay.
half-hour Intercontinental title match, but now they're on very opposite
Moved up
sides
the
of the
card,
spectrums
yeah.
and much higher up.
Yeah.
It is Triple H versus The Rock,
Yeah,
fully
The Rock-
loaded,
The
a
Rock
fully
is-
loaded strap match.
Okay.
Yes, which luckily just means it's not the stupid strap match rules where you gotta hit each corner.
Oh yeah.
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
you could beat each other with this leather
Right.
strap.
Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing about that. Got it. I didn't notice that they got rid of the 4-corner rule.
Yeah,
But-
it's kind of pointless.
So, but once again, well, yeah, shockingly not a clean match.
Yes,
China does
yes.
interfere. I think the old late, like they went out, like we talked about at the beginning, a lot of crowd work in this.
Yeah, they're
One,
going-
so they're
it's a
like-
very Attitude Era
Yeah.
main event brawl match where they're all over the arena.
And there was like an older woman, they like crossed right in front of her. She looked so excited.
She was very happy.
That was her favorite thing to have Triple H and Rock just
Right by her.
wrestling right by her. Yeah. But yeah, China interferes. Billy Gunn
Gets Billy Gunn had kind of been
So he's
in The Rock's business for a while, but this is where he firmly plants himself in it.
So is he anti-Rock or is he like really with Triple H in China?
Both,
Okay.
I think. But
Maybe
now,
what I'm trying to say.
yeah, I mean he's an ally to Triple H and doesn't like The Rock.
Gotcha.
This did a couple of weeks earlier on Heat. The Rock did debut his new "It doesn't matter" catchphrase,
Which was what?
which was, like he said, Billy Gunn was praying to God and wondering why everyone still boos him.
Yeah.
And The Rock said that God opened up the roof.
Oh, yeah.
And looked at you and said, Bob, and you said, my name's Bill. It doesn't matter what your name is.
Yeah. That was a good promo. We watched that before.
Yeah, I think that was
That's
for
good.
The Rock's career retrospective.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so then from there on out, like every promo, he'd ask a question that
Gotcha.
got shut down that way.
Gotcha. Well, because there was like obviously the smell of the crock. Well, tell me about actually. It didn't like come up this one, but like the Rudy Poo candy asses. Like, where did that one come from?
That's just
Him talking.
like
Popping off.
Yeah, first it was just Rudy Poo's.
Like,
And I think he claimed that he called people that like at Miami.
oh.
I don't know how true that is, but
Yeah,
someone might have said that at Miami.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's possible, I guess, but
Yeah.
I don't know how much I'm going to take from the Rock's autobiography and
Right.
Young Rock.
Yeah. Okay. That
Which
was a quick
it
one.
was better than Young Sheldon, at least.
All right. Didn't really. Oh yeah, is that show still on? Do you
No,
know?
it had 3 seasons. That
Oh
one.
really? Okay.
And
That's
then The
decent.
Rock was like, I'm going to go be a main event wrestler again. I
Yeah.
don't need to be executive producing this
Yeah.
weird show.
Well, or needed a little pandemic hobby.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. He shot that in Australia, actually.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Because I follow
Oh.
the writer who... He was a writer for the WWE and then became like The Rock's personal writer, and I was like The Rock's assistant, basically.
Gotcha. You did a good job.
Yeah.
So yeah. You had Triple H wins. So
Yes.
what does this mean for The Rock? He doesn't have any titles anymore? Or
Yeah, I
shot
mean,
at the
it's
title?
just... For right now, he's not getting a
Title match.
title match, and Triple H is locked in for the SummerSlam main event.
Got it.
And they had announced already that it's 1999. SummerSlam's in Minneapolis.
Oh.
Do you know what?
Oh, Jesse the Body Ventura
Yes,
is going to show up.
yes,
isn't
he has already been announced as the guest referee for the main event.
Nice.
As he was the guest referee at the first SummerSlam in 1988.
Oh, was he? When did he actively wrestle?
Like mid to late 70s, like mid 70s to early 80s.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
he was wrestling with the WWF, and then he had like some weird lung disease, like that could have caused what's it called when you die? Something like aneurysm. Yeah, it could have like caused an aneurysm or something.
Geez.
So he had to stay out of the wrestling ring, but they tried him out as an announcer, and he became very good at it.
Gotcha. Okay. Obviously.
Yes. So right now we know the SummerSlam main event will be Triple H versus the champion with Jesse Ventura as
Nice.
guest referee.
That's shaped up. Is it going to be at the Mall of America?
No, unfortunately, it's not Nitro where they give away free tickets. It's
Right. To be in a mall.
It's at the Target Center or whatever it's called now.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
But first, we have to find out who the champion will be.
I wonder. Okay, so this is the question I had. How many? So of all the 1998 pay-per-views that we've watched, how many times has Steve Austin been in the main event?
Well, he's not in the '98 Rumble main event technically because
99.
Oh, you're talking.
Yeah,
about,
yeah,
okay.
just like
Okay, I thought you
sorry,
meant
no,
all-
oh no, it's like 99.
So '99 Rumble he's in. No Way Out or Valentine's Day Massacre it's him. WrestleMania it's him. But
like
all
all
of
of
them,
them.
yeah,
All
yeah.
of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
okay, that's what I thought.
he was in most of them in '98 also. Just sometimes he was like the referee or.
Right. But it just kind of like shows like who's carrying the company.
Oh yeah, I mean he's the number one
He's the guy.
guy. Yeah, so unfortunately we'll see he starts breaking down a little bit.
Yeah, and then when you just got that's the problem when you have
Yeah,
talent, you gotta get overused. Yeah.
And Steve Austin is someone who will always push it like he's not going to go and have a half-assed match. He's going to kick it into high gear, and
Yeah.
I think he knew he was kind of on borrowed time.
Yeah.
So first blood match, if Undertaker loses, Vince McMahon can no longer appear on WWF television.
Right,
And
obviously.
if Steve Austin loses, he will never be able to challenge for the WWF Championship again.
Oh.
So, and that's...
And so Vince is very vested in it.
Yeah, so Vince comes out.
He hobbles out on his
Hobbles
crutches
out
and he's
and
going to do commentary.
does commentary and looks at the great setup they have of the Undertaker's face, Steve Austin's face, and right in the middle is a bloody Vince McMahon face.
Looking very spiteful.
Yes.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, this is like we talked about, like just total. I think they're out of the ring.
Yeah, it's a total
90%
brawl. It's much like.
So it's kind of hard to like gauge these. I guess they're entertaining. But
Yeah.
It's like I guess.
There's not,
really,
especially here, like.
There's no technical wrestling.
There's
happening.
very little wrestling moves. Even it's like all punches and weapon shots, which makes sense in the context of the match if you're trying to make the other person bleed.
Yeah. Earl Hebner gets ran over a little bit.
Crossed up, yeah.
Yeah, like the one oh yeah, that was like the dramatic part. So the Undertaker's like
tied up in the ropes. Yeah.
And then Steve Austin's taking his time, gets the chair, and stupid Shane McMahon runs out, takes the chair shot instead.
And just gets blasted.
Yeah,
he
really
runs
does.
into it, and Steve Austin swings
Gosh.
for the fences with it. Yeah. And then we
Yes,
get a lot of involvement in this match as well.
Right.
As we have, like you said, Shane McMahon. Surprisingly, though, Paul Bear not involved.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'd gotten injured.
He's still kind of... He didn't come out at all during the match.
No, so he must have not been there, I mean.
Right.
So, yeah, but... so we have Shane McMahon, Vince McMahon getting involved. X-Pac comes out. He's still upset about that chokeslam from earlier. And then after the match, all hell breaks loose with Triple H, The Rock. Yeah, a lot of people getting involved.
Right. So that he wins. He think it's over. Then he stuns both Undertaker and Vince.
Yeah.
And then they kind of like ramble, like they kind of brawl a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then Steve Austin goes back to the ring and goes to shake. He does shake Vince McMahon's hand,
but then
he also gives a stunner afterwards.
And JR says, "Good night, sweet prince," which is pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean the stipulation did have to wait 25 years to go into effect, but I think we are now at the point where Vince McMahon will never appear on WWE
self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, it just took a while, you know.
Statute of limitations is about to run out.
So he does come out on Raw the next night as his farewell, and Steve Austin comes in though and has JR lead the crowd in singing "Na na 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 hey hey goodbye."
Of course.
So, and then he probably gets stunned again, and
at least once.
He's off TV forever.
Vince McMahon, yep. That's how it happened.
You'll never see him again. All right, but that's the end of the show, and now they kind of leave it here, but now you know it's going to be Triple H versus Steve Austin, which was kind of something probably at WrestleMania you could have almost said. Mm-hmm. Give Triple H the summer to build up.
Right. Oh, it's working then.
Yep. All right, so let's go to our rankings. So last time we both gave King of the Ring a 6, and that was our lowest scorers of the year.
Okay, I don't think this is worse than King of the Ring.
No,
I think it's gonna be. I'll give it a 7.
Yeah.
Relative.
Thinking, 7.
Yeah.
So now for our top 2 matches.
Okay.
What did you have?
I don't know. I don't ever really. I just did this on the fly. I mean, yeah, it's when they brawl. It's not like matches. That's true. Not Kane Big Show.
No.
I think the Edge one was good up until I'll put Edge Jeff Jarrett like the first half.
Okay. That's your 1?
Yeah, sure.
I'll go with number 1. I've always, I think, overliked the Undertaker Steve Austin match.
Why?
I just think it's just like very attitude error, like they're brawling all over the place, they're bleeding.
Maybe you gotta show somebody one match from 99, that might be.
And I actually misremembered the ending thing. I thought like even more. I thought like China and Billy Gunn and a Road Dogg came out. I remember like the big brawl at the end though.
You're exaggerating it in your.
Yeah, right. And I did like Edge Jeff Jarrett. I'd go with that over The Rock, Triple H, because it's a little too long.
Yeah, that's the thing. I want to pick that.
They could have shaved off 5 minutes, I think.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I guess I'll do Undertaker Steve Austin, my second one.
Look at that, Jeff Jarrett in your number one spot. 2 months ago, you never would have thought that. I don't
That's
think.
true. That's true. Well, a lot of it is having to do with the other person.
Deborah's boobs.
Yes, that's obviously why I picked it.
Yeah. Gotta pay respects. Alright, so Fully Loaded is in the books.
It is. I'm hoping they pull out more of the stuff for SummerSlam.
Yeah,
It's been a
SummerSlam
little
is...
rough.
Yeah, it's 99 has...
It's ups and downs.
Living up to its... my remembrance of...
Yeah,
of
so what was your thoughts on the time?
At the time, it was awesome.
Right, okay.
But then, even... 3 or 4 years later when that period was done and if I was watching shows I wouldn't pick
you never go back and revisit
I mean I'd watch it
yeah.
once in a while, but usually it was 97, 98 or 2000.
Right, and sometimes you need that hindsight.
Yeah, I mean if I was picking something from that era, of course I'd always also look at the 80s but I only had 4 tapes because it wasn't the glory days of nowadays.
Storage.
These kids nowadays.
Their cloud, all the wrestling they can have in the cloud.
And on Peacock,
that's true.
Everything is
everything's really accessible.
I remember when YouTube came out, random matches would be thrown on there.
You're
from 1993.
Yeah, I'm sure you enjoyed that.
Oh yeah, that was very big in the Dorman, Wright Hall, me and Fitch.
Nice. All right.
Yep. So that's it. Until next time, SummerSlam, and we also there was the Raw before they started having this countdown clock that is running. It's called the Countdown to the Millennium.
Oh.
So that is something that is by the hours that they have. It should end sometime before SummerSlam.
Got it.
So we'll have to watch and see
when
what that is.
End?
Yes.
End of the world or what?
Maybe the end of the world as we know it.
Oh, okay.
Or something like that.
REM's going to be there?
Maybe. You never know.
Oh,
I mean, everyone wants to see Jesse Ventura.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
They're calling it an out-of-body experience. Because now he's Jesse the Mind Ventura.
Oh, really?
That's what he went by as.
When he was the governor?
When he was governor.
Was that his campaign slogan?
I think they kind of did do that. Because they came out with a action figure of him.
As the governor?
It was like him in a wrestling attire, or you could
clip a suit
clip on a suit. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How do governors have action figures made out of them?
Well, if you're a pro wrestler, you can.
Well, exactly. What other governors have?
Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, he doesn't have.
Yeah.
He has Terminator figures and whatnot.
Right. Right. I'm sure someone made a Blagojevich action figure.
Yeah. I mean, I could take my Yokozuna and make it into JB Pritzker. But we'll talk about that next time.
Yeah.
For SummerSlam 1999 coming up. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
The champion, Stone Cold Steve Austin, the challenger, Undertaker, first blood for the WWF Championship.
The first man to bleed loses. It's that simple. Austin, your blood will flow. Paybacks are up.
First blood to seal the end of an era.
Austin, somebody's got to go and go for good.
When I beat the Undertaker, we will see you later.
WWF Fully Loaded, presented live by Starburst Hard Candy. Tonight on pay-per-view.